Come get to know your girl. There's a lot going on in her world. There's enough for you to get a view
of everything that's Keda's Brew.
From health, beauty, food, and crypto, these are the things you'll get to know. So come find the brew
that's right for you. Then you'll know what to do. Come get to know your girl. There's a lot going on in her world. There's enough for you to get a view of everything that's Keda's Brew. Keda's Brew will change your perspective, give you food for thought in the right direction, show you things to move the scale and help you out with every detail. Keda's Brew will change your perspective, give you food for thought in the right direction, show you things to move the scale and help you out with every detail.
Come on, get to know your girl.
Come on, get Come on, get to know your girl. There's a lot going on in her world. There's enough for you to get a view. It's everything that's Keda's Brew.
What up, everybody? It's your girl, Keda, coming in on Keda's Brew TV. Today is a monumentous day. Why? I have my first guest on Keda's Brew today, and he is none other than my friend and collab partner, Mr. Zach from the Bearded Ape Society. We are so excited to have you. Hello, Zach.
Hello, Miss Keda. Hey, everybody. I am more than thrilled to be here and honored to be your first guest. I did not know that until you surprised me. I love it.
Absolutely. So if you all don't know about me, I am Keda from Keda's Brew, and Keda's Brew is a company that's kind of a mixed bag. We do a lot of different things, but I started off with a moisturizer, and with me being in the cryptocurrency and digital asset space, I was able to be in a great space on the X app, and it was a real world asset space. And my friend over here, Mr. Zach, has a project called the Bearded Ape Society. And when he heard about my products and what I create, he did ask me if I had ever thought about doing a beard oil, especially because of the bearded apes. No brainer, right? And I was like, well, no, but I am now. And it was pure serendipitous behaviors after that. So I definitely want you to get to know Zach. So Zach, tell me about you. Tell me how you got into the digital asset and cryptocurrency space.
Absolutely. I would be happy to. I'm Zach. I am with the Bearded Ape Society, as Miss Keda told you. We met through Mr. Steak on a space, and like she said, things have just fallen into place very, very nicely. And I couldn't be more thrilled and happy. I got into the digital world through Bitcoin. Precious metals was where I started with really any first investment. And so Bitcoin, I think, was maybe 2018. So I wasn't really early, but I wasn't too late. Once I started to read more, watch more content, I got more interested outside of what I understood as Bitcoin. And that's when I stumbled upon XRP and a couple of other ones. But XRP really stood out. And from the research and the content that I watched, it was clear to me, at least in my opinion, that this was the avenue and the route and the cryptocurrency that I wanted to be a part of mostly. So it's been a heck of a ride. I believe I got involved right about May with NFTs and memes. And so hence the Bearded Ape Society. Was merely an investor, was merely an NFT holder. Became friends with the dev after 2 months of showing up and showing out every single day. and now I've landed here, and it's just been a wild and amazing journey. And I believe that there are some things in my life that happened for a reason, and there's three large things in my life: that being a drone pilot, that being in the commercial solar industry, and then now crypto. And in my heart, I am where I'm supposed to be.
Ah, see, it happens like that
Yeah.
sometimes. What's beautiful about it is, you know, I do say things like, the people that are in this are chosen, and we kind of have been brought to this, and kind of once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? So I definitely resonate with that. And for you, like, there's so many things that I have seen you do when it comes to really making sure that the Bearded Ape Society is really front and center and very present in a lot of different ways. What are some of the things that you have that have stood out for you that you were able to do that has helped to kind of propel the Bearded Ape Society?
I believe that my role started to really hold some weight in the sense that I started out as John Doe. I was an investor. I was heavily interested in it, and so I believe what I've brought to the project was more of a community cohesion and building some. It started off very natural. I like to think that I'm pretty personable. I am from the deep south. I believe I am very hospitable. So some of those people skills, networking skills, a lot of these things that I've acquired through a couple of different industries and careers over the years, I bring to the table a mechanics minded, long-term vision, sustainable, professionally legalized run project. And in the meme world, I don't understand, or I don't believe, excuse me, that that is an impossibility. I believe that my goal has always been to try and figure out to merge that gap between, well, what can you use crypto for?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You can go buy our products on ketasbrew.com with fiat or with crypto.
Right.
So, in my mind, it was always that's the upper echelon. That's the creme de la creme. Is how are you going to make this into something maybe not physically tangible, but something that is beyond. Oh, well, that's a meme coin. You're going to lose all of your money. Well, let's backtrack and look at some things that have been in place, though, with certain projects.
Mhm.
So I believe I bring a lot of professionalism. I believe I bring a lot of personality. I have, um, hell, I have a graphic design associate's degree. I do like art. I believe I have a good eye for design. I have a good gut. When it comes to assessing and judging and feeling out individuals. So I believe I bring um, somewhat of a protective layer to it as well. Just being very careful how I
Mhm.
navigate through
Yeah.
the space. Um, but I believe the RWA is really where I feel as though I shine.
Well, that's a good thing. And it brings us, to the next conversation, because in some of the things that you've kind of been doing to be able to advertise and to make, the project visible, you came up with a great idea. And and it was perfect timing. We were in November, right? Which is supposed to be No Shave November. And you came up with the idea to do a beard contest. And, for those of you that were not privy to or able to kind of understand what was happening, I'm going to go ahead and put up this flyer that we used for the contest. And it was a great idea because what it did was bring out all of those people that, one, were either part of the Bearded Ape Society, weren't part of the Bearded Ape Society, but did have beards, loved their beards, and I really wanted to make sure that they were able to be seen and showcased. And I do, by the way, I do want to give a shout out to this crowd that we have right now. We have our folks in here. I've got Miss World Be Free, who is holding down the chat for me. We've got Arrest Your Addiction, and we also have FML, Florida Man Landscaping. Jay, we love you for sure. And it is so awesome to have you all here. And Jay says you can run a full $25 million USD valued corporation, payroll, A&P, cloud space, and even get Web3 consulting with crypto. Even with XRPL meme tokens, crypto is the future, and the future is now, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you. And what was beautiful about this contest that we had was we had over 40 people that decided to come and be a part of it. And we had a panel of female judges that were in the house, and we judged on 4 different categories. There was the actual best, fullest beard. There was the most creative beard. There was the best mustache. And then there was also the fan favorite. Okay. Miss World Be Free was one of the judges, my sister in crime. And there were so many great entries. She's absolutely right. So many great entries that were really there. And they were all in attendance. We had a great space on the X app in order to be able to, let the winners be chosen to enter. They basically just did a video underneath this post saying, grow your beard, grow your gains, and showed off that beard. And it was lovely to see all of the different types of beards. Some of them were patchy, some of them were more full, some of them were super long, some of them were goatees, some of them were, mustaches with handlebars and all kinds of really cool stuff like that. So tell me, how did you feel about the reception to the actual contest?
Yeah, phenomenal. Blown away. To be able to rattle off multiple projects outside of XRPL as well, to have a couple of different people from admin teams from across, projects, and again, across chain show up was just phenomenal. I really wanted to garner attention from all chains. I really wanted to make sure people understood to some degree that this was to highlight those individuals. It was to highlight whatever project they may be in, to uplift them, to be fun, to reward, to market our RWAs, to market the Bearded Ape Society, to market Keda's Brew. The reception to it was amazing. So I was blown away. I'm super happy. I was super humbled. I know that, some people in doxing their face and different things, have different beliefs. And for legitimate reasons, absolutely, some people should and don't. But with just the position that I've found myself in, and been honored to be in, and felt as though I do a pretty good job. I was extremely pleased with everybody showing up like that, and for the judges, for y'all to take part in that. It was incredible, and I have such deep faith that the sky's the limit in real life events. Everything is just wild. The possibilities here, as long as the correct steps are taken, and they're taken calculated, and things are looked at from a further back, standpoint. So I was blown away.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you, this morning I was on I was actually on Stone's Coffee and Crypto in the morning. And I did talk about the fact that you would be on the show. And I talked about, just thinking about what direction we can go in. And I had a really good suggestion.
I bet you did.
I did.
I bet.
Actually, our friend Corizi
Yeah.
from Corium said that we should do this every quarter, right? We should do it every quarter. And he explained why. He said, right now I'm growing my beard in because it's winter and it's protection. He lives in New York, so he's like, it's protection for my face, and he's like, so my beard is going to be a certain way during this quarter. He said, and then when it comes time for spring, he cuts it down and he's got lamb chops. This is what he said, not me. I didn't call it a lamb chop.
He's just coming out and telling you, hey, I got a lamb chop.
He's like, I got the lamb chops. So he said I could do that. And then that would be a different time for me to enter. And so I was like, you know what? That's a very valid point because people have different things for different times, But I wanted to get your input on how you feel you want to go with this particular thing. Is it something that you want to do every year, every quarter? Are you looking to go cross chain and different chains? Are we, how are you looking to do this?
First annual. So at bare minimum, wanted this to be an annual event. At bare minimum, I wanted at least every, December 1st, because who can plan this out? Again, a serendipitous event. Things happen for reasons, I believe, in zero coincidences. You put out a beard contest, and I'll get to where I want to go with it, but you put out a beard contest, and that so happens to fall within Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and it lands directly on Cyber Monday. That was not planned. That was beyond me. That is things working out in favor because I believe that the genuine and proper avenues are being taken. So that was to me a reward. So I want to take this absolutely to in real life events. I absolutely have to. It's natural to get to some of these conventions and have a beard contest. I don't foresee how it couldn't go over well. I know we have plenty of men out there with beards. I would imagine plenty of our ladies in Web3 would be more than happy to laugh and to tell us what we look like. Corey's idea. So I like that because I myself, I wear my facial hair different lengths, different ways. I was at once wearing a mustache. I've had just a pencil thin chin strap. I have had, all types of designs, but I want to take this for annual for sure. I want to for sure be at in real life events quarterly. That's interesting because of the growth factor, I guess we could say, of what we're talking about here. Facial hair, growth, different sizes for different needs. I have a buddy in Denmark, and he says that he absolutely has his beard solely to try and protect his face. Quarterly, Corey, see, I like that. Maybe so. I do want to keep it on X. I do want to stream it. I think that a quarterly can be thought about, y'all. That would be kind of neat. And I think maybe you could work that in somehow and you keep that annual and you have that annual only at in real life events. The quarterlies
I
are
think
online.
I like that. I like that. I like that for the in-person events. And I do have to welcome Mr. Zam to the fray. He's rolled back into the spot. Definitely welcome to all of you in the audience. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Get some more folks up in here. We've got 10 people that are in the audience across all chains, and that's totally fine. I love for people to be able to check this out on the replay. So it'll be great for sure. Lots of things happening right now. So we're so excited for everyone that's here. Now, when it comes down to it, one of the things that was so awesome about this were all of the amazing prizes that were associated with the different tiers, right? And across the board, collaborations in this is so important, and I do believe that Babes has really made it a point to have some great collaborations, from money grabbers to and I know that you work with them as well, and then also being able to have real rewards in XRP and RLUSD. So let's talk about that. Talk about what the prizes were for this beard competition.
Marketing, attention,
Mhm.
attention spans are short. I wanted to shock in a good way. I wanted there to be some awe. I wanted there to be a gasp. Wait, their winnings are what? Well, I might as well enter it. I mean, my goodness, that's pretty good rewards right there. The rewards, I wanted it to be diversified. The same as I want the mechanics. Matt, our dev. Let me say, love you, Matt. Matt, our dev. And the mechanics, we want it to be diversified. We want the project to be able to cover all your bases. I've got high risk, high reward in meme tokens, multiples, thanks to money grabbers, being partnered with them. I wanted to have immediate liquidity, RLUSD, which I receive almost 4 RLUSD a day from our yield farming through our project, the Bearded Ape Society. I wanted there to be XRP, of course, my favorite. I wanted there to be an entry into our project too. I wanted there to be um, a foot in the door. So giving out those native tokens,
Mhm.
um, giving out some money grabbers, and then a huge one was also 666 donated some tokens. Um, to
That's
have them
Lucifer with the
even
666
donate.
meme coin, if you all
Yes,
are not
ma'am.
aware of who that
Yes,
is.
my apologies.
That's
666
okay.
meme coin. Um, Disregard any numerical, things there. Amazing guy, amazing project. He donated some of his native tokens. And so to have these people to donate to us, money grabbers and 666, to have them do that, um, again, phenomenal, blown away, to be even thought about by some of these other projects is huge. So I wanted immediate liquidity. I wanted high risk, high reward. I wanted an entry into our project. We wanted to be able to give those NFTs as well. And then your beautiful product. The overall winner there, the fourth category, received a bottle of our incredible beard oil, hand bottled by you, Keda's Brew.
That's
So I
me.
wanted there to be, yeah, I wanted to diversify, just like our reward system. I want to be able to diversify and cover all levels of investment, high risk, high reward, medium, low. And our project as well, I believe, does that pretty good. And we have plans to improve that even more.
I like that. Now, for those that don't know who did get those winning,
No.
um, spaces, right? So the first one was the full beard, and that was Zombie who won that, and he won an OG ape NFT, bearded ape NFT. He also won 250,000 Bates tokens. It was $20 RLUSD, $10 of XRP, and then that was for that one. That was for the
Right. And then they got the 666 tokens, which are very valuable.
yes, they
And
are.
they got the money grabbers tokens with
Yes,
that.
yes,
So there was extra, y'all. We had to make a secondary
yes,
poster and a secondary little video to plug in our donations from those two amazing projects and people
yes.
there.
And
Crazy.
that's super cute too. So the second one was the creative beard. And so this would have been for anybody that has like sculpted beards or themed or accessorized or anything like that. And our brother from another mother, steak and bake bully, won that. Now it was all fair and square.
That's exactly how I wanted the judges. I
Yeah.
wanted to be able to say, we have multiple chains represented here.
Mhm.
About
Yeah,
4 of these ladies do not know each other,
that's true.
right? And so
That's
I
very true.
purposely, yeah. So yeah, but my mom loved Steak's video.
Yes, he did a video and he had a blast with it. I swear my mom even came and asked me, "Who's that little cute guy
Yeah.
that did that video?" And he was in the bathroom and she said, "Okay."
Moving and shaking.
I was like, "Okay, all right, mom, calm down,
Hmm.
calm down,
Hmm.
sis."
Hmm.
But it was wonderful for her because I didn't say anything about it. All I did was post the video.
Oh,
That's it. I didn't say
yeah.
anything other than that. And I just said beard oil testimonial. And that's all I did. But yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. World Be Free says Steaks got game. He sure does. Lord knows he had the fedora, the whole nine, the matching
Yeah.
outfit, the whole thing. He
His
wasn't playing.
lines, so clean.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was perfect. So he
Yeah.
won one of the Mecha Apes NFTs, also 250,000 Babes coins, 20 RLUSD,
Mm.
10 XRP, and then on top of that, also the 666 coin, and then also the grabbers. So when it came down to it, that was another great, great shot of winnings right there. And then we also had the best mustache.
Oh
And
yeah.
this would be for anybody that has curlers, has handlebars and, twirlers and, all of those things, right? And that went to Joshua Dean. He won an immortal ape. So that covers all three of the NFT collections that the Bearded Ape Society has,
Yeah.
put out. And he also won. He won the Immortal Apes beard oil, the 250,000 Babes, 20 RLUSD, and 10 XRP. And so there was that. Now we had an overall winner, and the overall winner was chosen by the fans that were, the people that voted in the actual audience. And they won the beard oil, 1 million Babes, 20 RLUSD, and 20 XRP, and that was Unified DK.
Yeah. I
So
was
it
happy
was
with the winners.
wonderful. Yeah, and he's such a great community member
He is
and
a
is so
good man.
supportive. Yes, so super supportive of many different projects. So it was wonderful to see all of the winners, and they're so stinking cute and sweet about it. So it was a really great time, and it shows that these types of events and these things can be achieved and can be done in a very professional as well as fun way, because I think the space was awesome. And I know you have the stats of how many people came out to see that or went back and listened in on the actual space. Talk about it.
I believe we had a little over 500 that came in and viewed, tuned in. I believe it was a little over maybe 2,500 views. So it really put the spotlight on a lot of people. I have had feedback that, hey, since I was on that beard contest, this and that and the other, this person reached out and just was talking to me about my video on the beard contest, and we got to talking about this. And anyway, just great idea, appreciate it. And that makes my day, because that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I don't expect everyone to dox. I don't care. That's up to you. But I do think that there is a level of trust that I myself have to display, and I also have to um, put out there. So for people to step up, show their face. I know all these guys now so much more. I feel like everyone there that was watching. Oh, Abro, I know him. He's that awesome fine artist. Oh, Mojica, he was there. Oh, I know him. Like to see faces, to hear voices, huge, huge for the individual. This again was obviously designed to highlight what I am doing, what Matt has built, this project and Keda's products that she's collaborated with us. But again, it really was, and I kept telling people, our NFTs have stubble, they have huge beards, short beards, purple, green, doesn't matter. Screws, worms, doesn't matter. So I was telling individuals, join the contest. It's a lot of just participation and putting yourself out there. And so it was awesome. I am still blown away, Keita, by the response and things. And I'm just speechless about it because, it was something that I really wanted to go over well. And I really went heavy on these rewards. And I wanted people to have fun. And I think we achieved that.
I think so too. I
I
think
think
it
we
was a
did.
great time. The ladies had such a great time in the
Yeah.
background
Yeah.
talking about the contestants and, not in a negative way, just there was so much variety when it came to what was in the contest and who decided that they wanted to put in an entry. So I was very impressed with the amount of people that came out,
Mhm.
showed up and showed out. That's so
Absolutely.
important, especially in this, because we as the community and in this ecosystem, we're the ones that have to be able to drive the environment that drives the actual the community, as well as just the vibe that we want to be out there, which is collaborative, which is we want for everyone to be able to have access and to be able to learn more. And I think that this is a great way to be able to onboard people, because who knows, you know what I mean? We go someplace and we have an IRL event. This turns into an annual thing. And then people are like, what is this Bearded Ape Society? What is that? You know? And at the end of the day, right now, what you're building is a brand, not just a
Yes.
coin, not just
Absolutely.
an NFT. You're building a brand. Would you like to talk about that? Because I know that we talked a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the brand, when you brand recognition, what emotions are evoked by that logo, by the knowledge of what that um, project, business, whatever it may be, exudes. I really feel like the Bearded Ape Society, the brand we are, is a clean, a stoic, a genuine, a caring, a strong, a loyal brand. I feel like the energy that a barber shop gives off, and your barber,
Mhm.
um, I really like what we're trying to create as far as a community where you don't just come in here to speak about beard oil, a coin, an NFT. Um, a barber to me, and what I would like to be to the community, and what I like to think I am. I'm a touch of a therapist. I'm a touch of a boss. I'm a touch of a coworker. I'm a touch
Mhm.
of a janitor. I put out fires. I create fires. I want the feeling of the Bearded Ape Society, the brand, um, to stick out to individuals and say that brand is wild. They started out in crypto and Web3, and they started to merge the gap, and then all of a sudden they collabed with this lady Kita's Brew, and they were able to
No. Let me ask you a question about
Yeah.
that, Zach, because
What you got?
Miss World Be Free has a great question. And that question is, has Zach taken over the Bearded Ape Society, or are they a team of folks? And if that is the case, if it is a team of folks, who are they?
Hmm. Hmm. So I would say our team is a whole bunch of these community members.
Mhm.
Matt is the dev. I by no means have taken this over.
Mhm.
Matt has kept this project alive. Big Papa Crypto. He has his own X account now. I've pulled him out of his shell. You know, you got some really smart
He was an
folks.
entry, though. I mean, he was an entry.
Exactly. So, you've got some folks that can code and, they may not, be able to uh, personally speak to you really well. So, Matt's been amazing. So, again, this man gave me the biggest opportunity that I feel like I've been given in my life. Matt is the dev, Matt has never left. Um, he plugs in his own money to this. That's also a reason I said, hey, we need a new revenue stream. We need a brand new revenue stream, because if we're going to do all of what we want to, we've got to create a ecosystem of within ourselves. So Matt is the dev. I am his right hand man. Mr. Mike May has been a blessing to us. We don't have we do not have a team. We do not have anyone that is, hey, this guy makes this much money every week because he does this.
Right.
No, no one fills that position.
Right.
um,
And here's the cool part. So and Miss Rolby Free says, I love the concept, and the Keda's Brew collaboration is a slam dunk. Thank
slam.
you. Thank you, my sister. I so appreciate that. And here's the thing, the beard oil was the first, right? It's the first thing. And I think that it was a great idea to come up with a beard oil, right? But
Hmm.
there's also other things that we use when it comes to the beard, right? Um, Especially like for those that are doing like the handlebars and the
Hmm.
sculpting and I want it to, sit a certain way and all of
Hmm.
that. So I thought about that and decided to do a beard balm.
Yes.
And that beard balm is a styling product. It does the current one does have it does have the bearded ape scent. That is the signature scent for the bearded ape collection. And I love it because it is definitely something that is very useful, but also has a great scent to it. And as you're layering your scents and things of that nature, it also helps to keep tame down the beard, as well as I have people using it in the hair. I think Zach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how it's sitting back now.
See, and
Yeah.
it's funny because I looked at your hair. I was like, I bet you he's got the pomade
Hmm.
on.
Hmm.
So
Let
good.
maybe a nice little one hang, for the effect. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I do not clean my hands off. I go here, and then I go.
I love it.
Yeah, it's my
And
cologne replacement.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I know Melissa loves the scent, and I myself love it too. It's on purpose. I did it that way on purpose. Um, and the beauty of it is that it's a nice, clean scent. And I think
Absolutely.
that it's a warmer scent, woodsy,
Mhm.
and it's funny. It's funny that Melissa says that. She says her coworkers, my coworker said, "Oh, my beard oil just smells like oil."
That is perfect. That is perfect.
So, and I'm sure
Um,
that she just whipped her hair out, said, "Here, smell that,"
right.
because Melissa actually will put the beard
Oh,
oil in
she
her
was
hair.
doing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and well, I will say this. All of my products are all organic. All of my products have organic essential oils, as well as organic ingredients. And that's, I feel like that's important. I don't use preservatives in any of my products at all. I like to make sure that you can feel safe with what you're putting on your hair and near your skin. I feel like that's important. And it's funny because you know, you wouldn't think that you would be able to get the scent that you do for, with essential oils, but you can. And the beauty of the fact that you use essential oils is the fact that it changes with your body chemistry and your pheromones. So for that, it not only does it might smell one way on one person and smell another way on another,
I
but
think that's
never bad. Like
phenomenal.
I have
Yeah.
yet to have it be a situation where it didn't smell good.
I think that individual's pheromones may need to be checked if they turned our Kita's Brew signature scent into something bad. They
Well,
need to be
that
checked.
part, and that's very possible too. And oh, you brought it to work intentionally to make him smell it. Now,
Nice.
now my question to you is how was it received when he did smell it?
Right. Kita, I bet it's one of these.
Right, right, right. It's funny because I joke about that when I was making the actual formulation of the oil.
Mm-hmm.
I made a couple of different, variations of it and sent them out to Zach. And, he's like, oh, can you add some leather and maybe some bourbon or something like that? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So I did. And as soon as I smelled it, I was like, ooh, this is so good. So I went on ahead and sent it out to him. And he didn't know this at the time, but I sent it and I was like, regardless of what he says, we're going with it. We're going with this. So I went into production mode and
I
just
love
started
that.
making beard oil. And when he reached back out to me after he had gotten the package, he was like, Keda,
It's
this is
over.
it. I was
Yeah.
like, I know. I already know. I've already started production.
Okay, good.
Great. So, when it comes down to it, when you know, and you're
Yes.
able to follow your gut, and I'm the type of person, I think I've not listened to my gut like one good time and learned my valuable lesson of not doing that. And I said to myself, nope, we're going with it. And the beauty of that is it opened up my mind and my thought process into more creative ventures, right? More creative things, more things that can be accoutrements to that beard oil, right? So I did come up also with a soap. And so the soap is the bomb. It is made out of beef tallow. So for you vegans out there, please know that it is an animal product. I do want you to be aware of that. I don't like to mislead people at all. It is made with beef tallow. It is a real bona fide soap. It does have a lather. It's luxurious, makes the skin feel good but clean. Doesn't dry the skin out.
Yep.
Um,
That was big for
and it,
me.
yep, and it also has the bearded ape scent. It is a little less than the beard oil or the actual pomade. However, it is it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and subtle.
Subtle was
It's
literally.
nice,
Yep.
right? And it's just I like what I make, you know what I mean? And I think because I like it myself, I'm able to speak to it a little better.
Yes.
And it just makes me feel good to be able to create something really cool. So from this vantage point, I do want to let people know we're all about the business here. Okay. We're all about that business. Okay. And in business, you have to be authentic. You have to be truthful, and you have to make sure that you are above board in all of your actions when you're in business, right? For instance, I'm in the process of trademarking. Okay. I'm registered with the FDA. Okay. I have a taxpayer ID. I have an LLC. Okay. I am bona fide This is what we need to do when it comes to, and especially if we're going to be in this cryptocurrency and digital asset space, we have to put our best foot forward, because right now, many of the eyes that are now on to digital assets and cryptocurrencies look at this as just a casino. Like, this is just a place for people to get rug pulled, for people to get scammed, people to have stuff stolen, all of these different things. This is what people normally see because this is what is put out there about the ecosystem. I mean, to me, I'm going to be honest, I don't even like to utilize the word cryptocurrency. It has a negative
Digital
connotation.
assets. Mhm.
Okay. Crypto means cryptic, right?
Mhm.
Misleading. Me, this is an asset. Okay. And if it's an asset, I'm going to call it a digital asset. That's what it is. Right. And I'm going to let you know right now, if you have not been looking at the verbiage that's being used around this ecosystem, you need to pay attention. Okay. Because I'm going to let you know digital assets will be regulated. Notice I said that. Digital assets will be legislated. Cryptocurrencies, that's cryptocurrencies aren't going to be around. Digital assets are. Get that through your head. If you don't know that, Keda said it. Not financial advice, but financial advice.
Mm-hmm. Second that.
Just saying.
You
So,
just you just hit. I mean, yes, that's digital assets, Keita. I like that a lot.
and I've been saying that for years. See, people
Nice.
don't realize I've been in cryptocurrencies and digital assets for a very long time.
You know, Keita, I yelled the other day at the camera on my TikTok video. Um, I was using the term digital gold many years before the U.S. Treasury put that on their website, and I referred to it as that because I was getting flack from my precious metals side of people, and then the crypto side. And so I said, what in the world does any of this matter? I can have digital gold, and I can have me some physical gold. And then later they put it on. I said that.
Yeah, and the interesting part about it is that can be taken in a bunch of different ways, right? That can be taken as you literally have a representation of gold
Right.
that's digital,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because that is
That is.
what it is,
Yes.
okay? Or you're talking about the digital assets that are digital gold, right? And I just mean that in the sense of what type of value they bring, as well as what kind of problems they solve, right? At the end of the day, I prior to May of this, of this year, that's all I thought about. What does it do?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What does this digital asset do? If you can't tell me that it has some type of a utility or it doesn't solve a problem, I don't want to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as we're going forward, we're learning that the person that gets the asset, and it doesn't matter what asset it is, if you get the asset and you hold it, you're going to win. You're going to win. Okay. Because the value is going to increase, especially if you have an actual asset. Now, the real world assets, land, precious metals, shoot, and even in some instances, oil, all of those things are real world assets. And you can tell that they are art, fine art. We're seeing that all over the place right now. Lord, we're seeing that all over the place right now. But what I'm saying is when it comes down to it, these real world assets gain value as we move forward and as time goes on. And so it would behoove you to be able to have some, so at the end of the day, these memes and these NFTs that we are purchasing, in some instances, some of them, they don't really have too much going on. This is a cute picture. But nowadays, the key is people are out here and they are making these NFTs that have more value. Why? Because they actually have returns, or they actually do something, or they're attached to something else, or they give you a discount here. Or, and so as of right now, we are in it, and we're in it to win it. You know what I mean? This is the time. There's not many out here. There's not many out here right now that are doing this. Okay. And on another chain, you got the ugly duck society. They're killing it. They're killing it. Okay. And their NFTs are not cheap. They are not cheap. However, the value that you get from that NFT is immeasurable. They make sure you are able to start your own business. Did you hear what I just said? They will teach you how to have your own business that's pretty much untapped. Okay? If you get that NFT, you have free access, meaning like you get into the Drunken Lab at any of the Drunken Labs that are around the world. And they have 4 right now, and I'm sure they're going to have another. They have one in Brooklyn, New York. They have one in Houston, Texas. I think it's Houston or Austin. And then they have Miami. So this is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? This is all associated with their NFT. And then also you get a discount to go to the Bitcoin mansion. Like, that's real utility. They have their own clothing line. That's a brand. That's a brand. And we've got 10 minutes. Now, do we have any questions from this audience that we have here? We have 20 people in the spot. So tell me, are there any questions? We've been talking for almost an hour, Zach.
Me and you talk for hours anyway, all the time to each other. You know, one thing I want to touch on just real quick, just super quick. The movements being made here, you know, what we are trying to build here. Again, Keda said it very well. There are not many doing it. I am unaware of many doing it. I would like to know if anyone is doing it so I can potentially learn and look at them and how they are operating and moving. As Keda mentioned, you know, with an LLC, NDAs, legal contractual agreements, you've got business bank accounts, trademarks. Same thing happening at Babes. I will say that I have an LLC. I will say that I have a business bank account. I will say that we are moving to do the same exact things as trademarking and logoing, because if we're doing what we are doing, and we're going to sustain what we're doing, you have to cross all T's, dot all I's, put your best foot forward, because you have people out here that are going to look for those missed dotted I's, and they would love to cross the T for you. So you've got to be careful. And so we're legalized up too, y'all. I'm just, man, I'm blown away. I'm so happy, Keda.
That's what's up. Mr. Zam, what is your question, sir? I see that you have a question. It says, how do you two powerhouses continue to keep level heads with your continued success? Is it beginning to look a lot like Christmas? It is. It is. I mean, we're close to it anyway, but it is definitely looking a lot like Christmas. And, you know, for me, keeping a level head for me is pretty easy, in the sense of I'm focused, man. Tell Stout to get at me, man. I'm focused. And when it comes down to it, I really I can't blame anyone for my failures or my success. That's all up to me. It is. At the end of the day, I can't blame anything on anyone else. So I always come back to, how important is it to you?
Right.
If you listen, if you are really serious about what you're doing, there's not anything that anybody can tell you in order to dissuade you from your purpose.
Ding, ding, ding.
Never. I don't care what the situation is.
Right.
I don't care about hate. I hate all you want to. That means I'm doing something right. You pissed off. Okay, you pissed off because I did it right. Okay, cool. When it comes down to it, there's no one that can love me like me or stop me from doing what I need to do. Period. And I've got some pretty important things to do and important people to do it for. And I do have to give a special shout out to the True Fi team, Mr. Steak and Bake and Mr. Zam. They have been integral in this process and being able to make sure that we have some very good also guidance as well. For myself, I know I tend to have a pretty extremely high standard for myself when it comes to business acumen and making sure that I'm keeping my end of the bargain. Okay. I never want it to be said that something didn't happen because Keda didn't do what she was supposed to do. Okay. That's not going to happen. When it comes down to it, these guys are so professional. They're on point. They make it a point to give all of the suggestions that could make things better. And so that is always a very positive thing. I definitely want to make sure to give a shout out to them and then also let you know where you can find the beard oils. You can find it. You can find it at Keda's Brew, KedasBrew.com. You can find it at KedasBrewCollabs.com as well as the BeardedApeSociety.com. And you can pay in digital assets or in cryptocurrencies as well as with credit cards and debit cards. And for that, I want you to give your last thoughts, Mr. Zach, because we are about to be up out of here. I'm so thankful for y'all for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will have an after space after this at 10:10 Eastern Standard on the X app. Please come through. Zach, final thoughts.
None but just love. Shout out to Mr. Zam. Shout out to Steak. Steak, thank you so much for being a second person in this space that has given me acknowledgement, given me room to grow, given me opportunity to prove myself. I want to give a shout out to the community of the Bearded Ape Society. We have been in the bloody trenches, but we all know and agree, you build in the red, you chill in the green. We are positioned very well. And then lastly, Matt, our dev, the creator of the Bearded Ape Society, thank you for never giving up on your coin when others gave up on you. Thank you for not giving up on your project, your NFTs, when others did. I appreciate the hard work and the consistency that you put in, and most importantly, the trust that he has put in me is huge. The trust this man has put in me has been blowing some of these networking individuals that I'm working with away. Well, your dev's never going to do that. Does he really know who you are? Hold on. Hey, can we do this? And the LLC, you and my name's in the agreement. All right. I thought so. Love you, brother. See ya. All right. Yep. We're going to do that. It's an amazing, phenomenal. I'm blown away. I am blessed. That's it. I'm blessed. That's all.
Well, that is going to be the end of this show. I thank you all for being here so much. We will see you over on the next one, and I'll check y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Come get to know your girl. There's a lot going on in her world. There's enough for you to get a view
of everything that's Keda's Brew.
from health, beauty, food, and crypto. These are the things you'll get to know. So come find the brew
That's right for you. Then you'll know what to do. Come get to know your girl. There's a lot going on in her world. There's enough for you to get a view of everything that's Keda's Brew.
Keda's Brew will change your perspective,
To give you food for thought